Didn't tell you guys I was going live tonight. Just did it. We'll see who shows up. Let's see who's got them notifications on. I have a funny feeling I know the people that do have them on, but let's just test the waters here. I didn't say I was going live. I didn't tell anybody that I may be going live. Let's just see who's got them notifications on. Because I got something amazing right here, guys. You guys have no clue. And there he is, Mr. Apache himself. I knew he had notifications on. I knew Edley had notifications on. I knew Sharush had notifications on. So, yes. I knew all these guys did. Edley almost got it. What up? What up? This thing may be my new favorite hammer drill. I know it's very premature, and I've only used it the last 20 minutes here down here in the basement. But the thing that it just did, the task that this just did, which I just dropped a short video on, did better than any other drill and smoother than any other drill I have sitting on that workbench right there, or workbenches. There's about 50 drills over there, guys. You'll have to ask Big Josh. It shows differently on their end. Haha. Next time I'll let you have it. What up, Jimmy? So, you know what I really hate, though? This is why I think Metabo is not in a lot of people's hands. Their batteries kind of suck. They just do. Like, this thing, look, it says it's got 1 bar charge, right? But then I go put it on the charger, and it goes doot, doot. It beeps green like it's fully charged. So, the fact that I just did my 10-inch dreaded lag test with a 2.5 amp hour battery on here, and it sunk it with no problem, and was the smoothest drill to ever do that with. All you gotta remember, the DeWalt 8 amp hour power pack, the Bosch 8 amp hour core, the Rigid 8 amp hour EXP, the Milwaukee had a 8 amp hour forge, and they all sunk it, but they all kind of, you had to hold on for dear life, right? This thing here, it was, I could have done it one-handed. That's how easy it was. And it was with a 2.5 amp hour battery. The only other one that maybe rivals this is that Flex Turbo, but that is nowhere near as smooth as this drill. Nowhere near. Makita batteries. Yeah, Makita batteries are bad too. Yes. Very much so. Makita batteries are bad. But I know they got the 8 amp hour T-Power battery, which is coming. It's coming. I don't know what the hell's taking Acme Tools so fucking long to ship a fucking battery, but here we are. I've been waiting a month for this freaking battery, okay? And I could really use that battery, seeing how me and Caleb made a deal for this. Can you guys believe this? I got this from Caleb for 90 bucks. 90 bones, guys. 90 bones. This may be the best value I've ever purchased in a drill in my life. $90 for this. I thought this was a great purchase at whatever, 49 bucks that I bought it for. This is the Gen 1 36 volt, right? You can tell, look at that. The Gen 2 is much more compact. It's a little bit fatter, but it's much more compact. And I'm not gonna lie, this feels a lot better in the hand than this. You know, Soul said something the other night that this kind of can be a little top heavy. And he's a little right. Because now that I'm holding this in my hand, I can so feel that weight from up here. And as always, I don't know why the Chucks do this on them. They get all rusted. Like, I kind of cleaned this one up. You can see that. So, I don't know why Metabo Chucks do that. It's a very good deal, Sharush. What's up, Doug? Very good price. Oh yeah, that's right. They got that IP56 rating, right? Yep. Yeah, that they are waterproof, but you know, even though that they're waterproof, you know, they advertise that waterproof, but then their chucks rot out for absolutely no reason. I don't get that. Like, this has never been outside. It's been in my basement. And I've had it for what now, 2 months? It didn't look like that when I got it 2 months ago. Now it's all getting all rusted and rotted. And then the same thing with this. You know, this was Caleb's. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. I don't want a rusted truck. So I think I'm going to Joshify this. I think I'm going to get in there, blast all that rust out, and I'm going to lightly spray paint it with like a good coating or whatever. Guess what, Big Josh? That will match well with the 21-degree framing nailer. I know it will, Apache. I know it will. Dude, I'm getting stocked up on Metabo, guys. Like this thing here. Like, I've been so busy, guys. I haven't even begun to get into... I got so much work I got to do on this channel. It's almost becoming a full-time job. And I got so much stuff that I have to get filmed and edited and put up. It's almost too much for me with having 2 full-time jobs. And like, you guys, like, it's fucking 11 o'clock right now. Like, I'll be down here for the next 2 or 3 hours, then I'll go to bed at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm up at 8 o'clock and doing it all over again 7 days a week. So this channel is definitely taking on a lot of my time, and that's good. That's okay. I don't mind it. But I think I may have to start delegating out, you know. I think I may have to have days where we just film for like 10 hours a day, and then somebody else does the editing. Because I know I suck at it. I'm not a freaking video editor. Maybe I should look into hiring a video editor. What do you guys think? Do you think that would help the channel if I had somebody else editing the videos? Or do you guys like it just the way that it is? Do you not mind my shitty editing? I know it's shitty and I feel bad because then I watch other channels and I'm like, wow, that's a really nice video. And then I watch one of my videos and it's just like, oh geez, you can definitely tell he did that on a cell phone and on some app on a cell phone. I know, Kansas. It just sometimes is very, very hard because I just run out of time. You know what I mean? I run out of time, and then I don't feel like I'm giving the videos the full attention that they need. Hi, Jamie. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I know, but I just wish, you know, I don't know. I guess my brain goes a mile a minute, and I'm not a patient person, and all that stuff. So, like, when I know I got all this work I got to do, especially for the channel, like, I still got to get the Flexi mount video edited and put up. I only got like 3 or 4 days on that until my deadline's up on that. I got a laser engraver coming in. I got this, I got that. I got this new Metabo stuff that I keep getting for dirt cheap. And I can't show you guys because I got all these other projects like the Flex. I got a rear handle saw video I want to do. I just got this in from Pat's Crawler Garage. Thank you for letting me loan it, buddy. You know, the DCD 801 versus 800 videos. I got so much shit that I got to get going on here. It's just like, it's almost too much. It's almost like I need to hire somebody to help me. Any of you guys live in the New York area? Huh. Want a part-time job? You can have the title head producer of Tools with Big Josh. I don't know how much it would pay, but at least you got the title, right? You can put that on your resume. Your resume. Diligent Dave. Park rangers and zookeepers are recording this stream, so please continue. Yeah, I know. The guy's probably recording my every word, and I didn't even mention his name. I've been wanting a laser engraver for a while now. I look forward to that one. Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. I couldn't believe that when that email came in. They're like, oh, you want to try out our laser engraver? Things like, you know, like $700, $800 tool. And I'm like, holy cow, that's a real expensive tool that they're just giving me. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Especially with my cutting board stuff. I've been kind of wanting to get into it. But I was just always like, I'll just do it by hand, you know, because that's what I do the bowling balls. I do the bowling balls by hand, you know. I tell you what, though, if I could have a laser thing, do it exactly the same way every single time. You hear this word being used way too much. Game changer. That would be a game changer for me. I tell you what, I could take cutting boards and laser engrave people's names or their kids or just whatever the hell they want in it, and it looks flawless every time. That would take my woodworking game up to the next level. I really do think it would. It's not that easy, bud. Something like a family member, elderly thing. Just a nasty surprise in the end. I hope everything's okay, Jamie. Adley, you're in Montana, so you live in Montana, Adley? You think you could go like, find that fat slob that lives in a den? Kansas. I just use a brand for my stuff, but that's not perfect. That's for sure. Yeah, I hear you. I've never even used one, Kansas. I think the name of the company is Wainlux, Wainlux. That's the name of the company that's sending the laser engraver. But I'm stoked. I'm just super stoked for that. Nice, Adley. You're getting your driver's license on Monday. Let's go. Let's go. That's freedom right there, brother. That's freedom. You can go anywhere, do anything you want now. All right. Is this it? Oh, it's a half inch. Watch how quick this sinks this, guys. Now, you've been watching me test this same exact lag, this Specs lag, on all the DeWalt stuff here recently, right? Speed 2 in drill mode with a 2.5 amp hour battery. I imagine this is going to go quick. We'll get it started first. Okay, you ready? Woo-hoo, that's nice. That's so nice. That's crazy. Oh, I love this thing. I've only had it an hour and I love it. All right, this is a knot. See the knot here, guys? See how big that knot is? Let's see what happens. Okay, got it in there. All right. Like nothing. Like nothing. Sharush, you still holding down the country over there, buddy? Yeah, I hope you're good, Sharush. Sorry, guys, I haven't seen any of these comments because I was drilling. Let me go back and check. This is another thing. It's really hard to keep track of comments and hold a conversation and show you tools while I'm live, right? I need somebody else to go live with me or to be with me while I'm live to tell me who is asking the questions and that type of stuff so I can get to them. I know I miss a lot of people's comments on my lives and it bugs me. Yeah, Jimmy, here's the problem. Some of these bigger size hammer drills are so powerful and so high torquey. I gotta go get like a 12-inch, 5/8 by 12-inch lag. Problem is, in my area around here, they don't sell any 5/8 by 12-inch lags around here to get the drill to stall out. I got a 5/8 by 8-inch lag. That's the biggest one that they carry, and these drills sink it every time. And so I literally got to order the couple of them lags online. I always forget to do it, but now that I got this, we're definitely going to get it ordered up. I'm going to do it as soon as I get off the phone with you guys, off the live with you guys. I'm going to go order up some of them bigger lags, and then we'll do some torque testing on this. And you know I got all the other big drills. I got the 1007, the Flex Turbo, Yeah, Dave, doing a live solo is tough, brother. It really is. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I reached out to Caleb. This was also before the whole drama ramped up between me and the tool bear again. And I asked Caleb, "Hey, bud, I was wondering if you wanted to be kind of like my, partner in going live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. or whatever works for your schedule." I said, not only will it benefit my channel, it will benefit your channel, and we can switch off who does the live every other week on their channel so that they get the views. And I just think two heads are better than one in that case. But he's got a lot of stuff going on, and with work and stuff, he's got a really weird schedule, and he's got a kid on the way. Congrats, Caleb. So I don't think he's quite down to commit to an every week thing. He said maybe, once in a while he'd come live with me, which is, we'll definitely do that. But I'm looking for somebody who can go live with me every week, who has a personality, who can hold a conversation, who can talk to people, and just kind of be like, "Yo, Josh, you missed that question," or "Yo, Josh," because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I never thought that this channel would be at whatever, 9,000 subscribers or 8,500 subscribers this quickly, okay? My goal was to be monetized in 10 months. Let's just say we're like 85% of the way there to being monetized, and we're only 4.5 months in. So I'm looking to be monetized somewhere within the next month or two, which means I would not only hit my goal, I would blow my goal out of the water, which I'm very happy with, but I never thought it would have grown this quickly. And yes, very good problem to have. And I was not prepared to have fights with some of the biggest channels on YouTube in the tool space, okay? I just was not prepared for it. I guess my personality got the best of me. I could have kept my mouth shut, but that's just not who I am. If I don't like something, if I see that something's not quite right, well, I'm going to say something. And maybe I didn't handle it the best way either. Maybe I should have chose my words differently. I use terms like lies and, tool bear lies to you. And I probably could have worded it differently and came off differently. But I just don't know how to be any other person, guys. I am Big Josh. I am Big Josh Nowak. It's who I am. It's what I'm made of. And what you see is what you get. And there is no bullshit with me. There is no, I'm going to make this look good because I'm getting paid money for it. I have not received one fucking red cent from anything I've done on this channel. Okay? Let's get the rigid tools. Oh, I got rigid tools. Listen, I'm starting up a whole new revelation here. Okay? Souls started it. Okay, Tools with Souls started the revelation with rigid, okay? And I'm going to proudly help him carry this on into the next little bit here. And we're calling it the Orange Crush Mafia. I'm getting t-shirts made up that say Orange Crush Mafia rigid across the chest. All right? In your opinion, who makes the very best hammer drill? In my opinion, ooh, you're asking me right now? With this thing in my hand, after what I've just experienced with this drill, with their smallest battery, ooh, it'd be hard-pressed not to say this thing right now. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment type thing. But man, has this risen up my leaderboards rather quickly. Like, this is the Gen 1 Metabo. That's also pretty high up on my leaderboard, but nowhere near this. Like, this is starting to creep into the top 3 territory. DeWalt 1007, Flex Turbo. Those are 1 and 1A. Flip them around however you want. I probably give the Flex Turbo the little bit of an advantage because it's a little bit more compact, not as fat and beefy, and I don't know. It's that turbo button that you press and it goes, it does something to the brain while you're using it. It's just like having it's just like a kid playing with a toy. You know what I mean? It's just awesome. Then you got probably the Bosch 1330, which I'm not as high on as everybody else. I never thought it was the strongest drill in the world. Yeah, that turbo is legit. Too legit to quit. Tell him, Apache. PTP. What up, Caleb? Speaking of Caleb, there he is. Yes, I love it a lot, Caleb. You just missed exactly why I loved it. But I do like it a lot. It may be my third most favorite drill, and I've only used it 5 minutes. That's how much I love it. Flex Turbo, yes. That would probably be my favorite. Then the 1007. Then you get into like the Bosch 1330, but the Bosch 1330, don't get me wrong, good drill, powerful drill. It does got the cool angle finder thing, which I find rather hard to use. Like you set the angle and it works one time and then it doesn't work the other time. I haven't really dug into it that much though. I don't like the chucks on the Bosches. I don't know, that little chuck with my big hand, it's just a pain in the ass. This is probably my third favorite drill, and I've only used it 5 minutes. I'm like looking back. Oh, you know what though? This drill's pretty good. This drill's really good, okay? This drill is pretty awesome for its price point. It's very smooth as well. I always said that this was the smoothest drill that I own, but now I think it's this. I think Rigid's getting bumped down in the smoothness department. I think this Metabo took it. We're going to test it. We're going to test it a lot. I love it. Does the Milwaukee 2904 make the top 10? Does it make the top 10? Of course it does. Because there's just, when you're talking full-size hammer drills, of course it makes the top 10. It probably ekes into the top 5 in a lot of people's list. Why is that? Because it is the most compact. There has been people saying durability issues. I have never had a durability issue with mine. Okay? I do like how it feels. It is compact. As you can tell, this Metabo is a lot more compact than its last gen, but even this Milwaukee is way more compact than this Metabo. Or even compared to the Rigid, their sister brand. This big handle's getting in the way, guys. Hold on. So this is the Rigid. Look at how much bigger that Rigid is. Like, it's just fatter and beefier and longer. So when you're talking about compact, this is probably the most powerful compact hammer drill. You know, compact full-size hammer drill, if that makes any sense to you. So, and I don't like listing stuff in list and numbers because that list and number can change depending on user opinion, user size of hands. Some people got tiny little sister hands. Some people got frickin' Sasquatch hands like mine. Look at those things, guys. I mean, really, could you see me? Now you know why I hate compact tools. Now you know why I love these bigger, beefier tools, because they actually feel right in my hand. I go pick up a freaking compact tool, and my freaking thing is always hitting the selector switch. Next thing you know, I think I'm going in forward, and I'm actually going in reverse, and then, woo, the drill does the little dipsy-do on me. Eric, Rigid needs to bring on the Gen 4 Milwaukee M12 because Milwaukee will redo the Gen 5 soon. Yeah, they're probably coming out with a Gen 5. How tall am I? You got to go up some more there, John Doe. I am 5 foot 19 inches and like 3/4. So whatever 5 foot 19 inches and 3/4 is, you got to do the math on that, brother. I've been asked that question so many times in my life. I tell people I'm 5 foot 19. They look at me like I'm a fucking idiot. When really they're the idiot because they don't know how to equate what 5 foot 19 inches is. They have no clue. They're like, I think in the 1,000 times I've spit that back towards people, I think 5 people in my lifetime got it instantly like that and knew exactly how tall I was. Not quite, Sharouche. Almost. About 1/4 of an inch off of 6'8". You look like you have a phone on your belt. I don't have nothing on my belt. What are you talking about? I don't even got a belt on. There you go, Diligent Dave. Dave got it right. Oh, Roosh is giving me the extra little quarter there, huh? Like I need it, right? What up, Juan? I know we've been going live a lot. Because honestly, I like going live, guys. I love talking to you guys. I just do. And when I got something new in, like this, I just want to show you guys right then and there. I don't want to freaking sit there and shoot 20 minutes of video and show you 4 minutes of it and all that bullshit. I'd rather just go live. What's my overall favorite tool brand? I don't have a favorite. I just don't. I guess if you were asking me that about a year and a half, 2 years ago, it would have been definitely Milwaukee. Why was it Milwaukee? Because I invested heavily in their brand. I got a lot of the pack out stuff. I got the bigger tools I have, like my taper saw is a Milwaukee. All my big, I got the hammer drill and the impact driver. Those are Milwaukee, and I bought all those, you know, on the cheap on them holiday deals and stuff. And I really invested heavily into Milwaukee. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a favorite one anymore. I don't. Because then I started getting into tools more and more, and I started testing out other people's stuff, and I'm like, wow, this actually is a tiny bit better than my Milwaukee version. But if you're asking me who's the best brand across their whole brand, from this tool, Tool A to Tool Z in their lineup, without a doubt, it's Milwaukee. Do they make the best of everything? No. Do they make the best of anything? You'd be hard-pressed to find them making the best of anything. Maybe the M12 hammer drill is the best, most powerful. But other than that, besides 12-volt tools, you'll find it very hard-pressed to find a Milwaukee tool that is better than their counterparts. But what they do is that they are very consistent. They are very consistent. Yep, no matter what color of the tool, you got to know how to use it. And it's 100% right. Yep, 2 more weeks till pipeline, Eric. Yep, I know. I'm counting down. I kind of hope they announce a Gen 5 hammer drill. I really do. Because y'all know I'm a drill connoisseur. You know how people collect fine wines and, you know, them snooty people that got their pinky in the air while they're sipping their stuff. You know what I mean? Them snooty-ass motherfuckers, right? I love drills. Because you guys know why I love drills. Because that's what I do for a living. I drill holes all day long for a living. So I'm always a sucker for a good drill. Hey, Josh. How about rigid in Milwaukee for mechanics? Now, my good friend Tools with Souls, this is his opinion on it. Souls says DeWalt has the best line for mechanics. This is one of the few things I disagree with Souls on, is this subject right here. And that's fine. That's okay. That's his opinion, and that's all good. But my opinion of a guy who's in the field using this stuff every day, DeWalt does not make the best mechanics tools. They don't. They just don't. Why? Because they put a special rubber coating on their batteries to fight against, you know, oil and grease and corrosive stuff. Okay. But I cannot tell you how shitty this impact wrench is. This impact wrench is so shitty. The DCF 900. It's very top heavy, okay? DeWalt also doesn't have. I hate all of their mechanics tools. I hate their ratchets. I hate their impact wrenches. I hate fucking everything that they do when it comes to automotive tools, okay? I'd rather have my rigid high torque 4 mode impact wrench. That's my favorite one over this one and the Milwaukee for that nature. But what does Milwaukee have? Milwaukee has specialty. Do you even see a right angle die grinder that DeWalt makes? They don't make one. You know how much I use a right angle die grinder when I'm at work? I use it every day, all day long at work. That's probably my most used tool in my toolbox. Sorry guys, I haven't been watching. I want a 4 amp hour forge battery. Don't we all, Eric? So to answer your question, I know that was a little long. Milwaukee all day long when it comes to automotive. It is not even a debate in my eyes. I have used both companies, and I would rather reach for the Milwaukee stuff. You want to know why? Because they got different stuff. They got right angle die grinders. They got tire buffers. For those of you that don't know what a tire buffer is, I'll show you. I wish I could film at work because I would just show you while I'm using that tool at work every day. But I can't. And guess what? That tool stays at work because I got no use for it here at home. So it constantly stays in my toolbox at work. So y'all can thank the Den of Tools for the reason why I can't show you that tool. But maybe one day I'll bring it home and I'll show you what a tire buffer is, okay? Their insider ratchet far beats DeWalt's ratchet all day long. Yes, DeWalt's ratchet may be the most powerful ratchet on the market right now, but it is so horrible to use. It rattles around in your hand. It just does not feel good. It's awkward. I hate it. DeWalt also doesn't have, they do have 3/8 inch stubby type impact wrenches, but not a single one of them touches the Milwaukee M12 stubby. That Milwaukee M12 stubby is probably the best mechanics tool that's come out in the last 10 years. That stubby is probably one of the best tools to have ever come out. The comfort of it, the ease of switching the speeds with the trigger, not having to mess around with pushing buttons. The power in such a small, compact form. None of the other companies can touch that tool. Milwaukee all day long for automotive. So that's my opinion. Big Josh approved, baby. Oh, Sayer's here? Where's Sayer at? I didn't even see him sneak in. Well, if Sayer's in the chat, hi Sayer. Oh, that is Sayer. Did you change your name, Sayer? I thought it was like Sayer the Proud Canadian, or just Sayer, and now it's Carpentry with Sayer. Okay. Yeah, Sayer's got another channel, it looks like. I don't know, I'm sorry, I probably should know. He got hacked? Your account got hacked? Was it because of you doing the stupid tool bear shit? That's freaking horrible, man. So you mean tell me I can't go back and watch that hilarious video anymore? Oh, that sucks. Dude, you had me dying with that. Yeah, I would get in touch because you got, what, 1,000 subscribers? I mean, that's hard work. You know, a lot of these bigger channels, they shit on how much 1,000 subscribers is. That's a big deal, 1,000 subscribers. Especially when you're trying to grow a channel. When you hit 1,000, that's huge. And then all that shit gets taken away from you. Oh, he does still have it? Okay, good. Oh, it was a phone clone operation. Okay. John Doe, you didn't see it where Sayer had the Tool Bear's avatar and he was pretending to be the Tool Bear? It's epic. It's like legendary. Like some people were calling me a legend in Tactics live stream tonight, and I'm like, I ain't no legend. 1K is a lot when people come and go on a whim. Yes, that's what I mean, Dave. Yes, exactly. Like these bigger channels, like they forgot how hard it was to get to 1K. You know, when they first started off, they forgot, God damn, this is hard work getting the 1K. You know what I mean? Now, in my case, we got there rather quickly, but it didn't mean it wasn't with hard work. I mean, I got almost 500 videos that I've uploaded within 4.5 months. You show me anybody else on YouTube that's got 500 videos in 4 months, and I'll call you a liar. All right, let's check out this rigid. Ice cold. Now, this is the other, this drill was my smoothest drill option that had some pop to it, okay? This thing is so fucking smooth, I wonder if it's going to take it away from the rigid here. Let's see, because I just used it. Let's see how smooth this bad boy is. I gotta tell you, this Metabo's smoother. And more powerful. It is definitely smoother and more powerful. With a smaller battery. I got an 8 amp hour EXP battery. Sorry guys, I was trying to show you the battery and trying to do two things at once, and you saw what happened. So this has got a much bigger battery. Granted, the Metabo is a 36 volt, I know. But this has also got a much bigger battery on it. I mean, that was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth. I hate having to switch this thing out. That was pretty smooth. I don't know. They may be tight on the smoothness category. I got the Metabo Gen 2 compact, and it's a beast. Yeah, I saw that. I got the Metabo Gen 1 compact. I wasn't too impressed with it, because I just don't like compact tools with my big hands. That's what I was saying. I'd much rather have a drill like this. I'd much rather have a drill like this than have a compact, but that's just me. Now, don't get me wrong. Some applications you need a compact, depending on what you're doing. Wow, that was smooth. I don't know. They're close on the smoothness. It may be a tie. It may be a tie, but if I had to pick one, I'd say the Metabo's smoother by a scotch. A scotch. By a scotch. How good is the Atomic line? Depends on what tool you're talking about. There was a lot of bad tools in that Atomic line, but there was also a couple of diamonds in the rough, like the DCF 850. It's a pretty good impact driver, compact impact driver. But no, I didn't get into that compact line too much. Diligent Dave. Impact drivers are a slightly different story. My rigid 4 mode slightly beats my 36 volt triple hammer, even with the 18650 cell battery. Yeah, and I don't know why with those Metabo 36 volt triple hammers, they got like the same power that the original triple hammer has. That's why I never got one. The bigger voltage and battery really does not matter, I don't think, all that much when it comes to impact drivers. But drills that are power hogs, it sure as shit does. Who has a better aux handle? Between these two drills? Between the rigid and the Metabo? The Metabo has a better aux handle. So do I, Dave. I got the older triple hammer too. That's why I never got the 36 volt one, because I thought that they were almost identical. When I was watching Souls test his, they were almost identical. So what was the point of getting the 36 volt one? There was no point. That's what I'm saying, ham hands. Yeah, but the 850 was a good one in that Atomic line. There was another one I think I liked too. It's just not coming to my head. There was another Atomic tool I liked, but I can't think of it right now. This Gen 2 that I got, I like I told the people here in the chat, I've only been using it for a half hour, and it's already third on my most favorite drill list. The only two drills above it are the Flex Turbo and the 1007 from DeWalt. But I tell you what, the more I use this, the more it keeps wanting to jump up ahead of them. I'm telling you, I can't wait for my T-Power battery to come in. I can't wait. I really want to test it with this battery, but look, guys, look. You see that, how it says it has 1 bar? I go to put that on my charger, and it says it's fully charged. So the battery's messed up, and I don't want to do testing with messed up batteries. So I did contact Metabo on that. They are sending out a new one, and I did order a T-Power battery from Acme Tools, which has been, Jesus Christ, it's been over a month now. Come on, Acme Tools, get with it. Send me my battery. Do I feel like Milwaukee's quality is decreasing? No. I think that they're resting on their morals. I think they're just resting on their name right now. So I guess that's a yes. Because if they're not trying to innovate and do better, then now that I think about it, yes. I do think their quality is slightly decreasing compared to the other competition. Yeah, but as the Bearded Tool guy said in the comments, Eric Nichols, which if you don't know him, go over there and watch him. Give him a like and a subscribe. Pipeline is here, is only a couple of weeks away. So let's see what they unveil. Let's see the tools before we start criticizing them, and then let's see some of their Gen 5 stuff come out. And then let's try it, because it's not really that fair to test Gen 4 stuff that came out 3-ish, 4-ish, some odd years ago against stuff that just came out 6 to 12 months ago. So, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. Caleb Ross has another channel, you know, for the muscles. If you want muscles, go watch Caleb Young. Go give it a like and a subscribe. Maybe I'll start watching. Maybe my old fat ass will get back into shape. You guys don't even know. Like, you see this Josh, you know, he's kind of a little bit older, in his late 30s. You know, kind of had enough with working and life and all that type of stuff. Been beat up a little bit. But Jesus Christ, in my 20s, I was a force. I was a force to be reckoned with. And let's just say I used to have muscles. But let's just say that this whole 30 to 39 years old has kind of went no more muscles to more stress, aggravation, and eating ice cream by the gallon at night to cope with my fucking stresses. Let me see what Eric said. T-cells went up in price. Got mine back in May. Saved about 30 bucks. I got mine for 199 bucks, but they haven't shipped it yet. It's been over a month. And I've never ordered from Acme Tools before. The only reason why I ordered from them is because they were one of the only ones that had that battery. Like, Lowe's didn't have it. Douglas, what atomic tools are you talking about that you want to see? I'll show you one right now. All right, here's two of them right here, Douglas. Now, one of them I think is pretty good. The other one I think is dog shit. Okay? This is the DCF 850. It's got the 4 amp hour. Oh, sorry. It's got a 3 amp hour battery on it. Sorry. This is the DCD 799 Atomic Compact Hammer Drill. Okay? This one's not so great. This is for like beginners and stuff. Okay? But this 850 is pretty good. I probably should have had my microphones in, huh, guys? Can you guys hear me okay? One age Portuguese. That enough to get you deported, Caleb Ross? What the? I did the Atomic 923 and the 921 impacts. Yeah, I didn't like those, Caleb. I'm going to be honest with you. In the 850 and the 800 and the 805. Yeah. Let me see here. Where is the 800? 805. But I don't know if the 800 or the 805 are Atomic, Caleb. I think those are XR. I think those are XR. Yeah, guys, I had the 778, and now I know who's in the comments. Diligent Dave has a 777, and he absolutely loved it and stood by it, and it did what he needed it to do, and he liked it. And that's okay. But I tell you what, when I had the 778, which is the same drill, it just has the hammer mechanism on them. When I had the 778, I got it for like 40 bucks or whatever in Florida when I was visiting my mom. The only reason why I bought it is because it came with a 1.7 amp power stack battery. I mean, that battery is 100 bucks alone. You know what I mean? So for 40 bucks for the whole kit, you kind of got to pull the trigger, right? Well, we tested it, and it did not test well. It was not that great. But if you're just a homeowner or a DIY guy, it worked for Diligent Dave, and it worked for him for quite a few years. So that's what I mean when I say to people, everybody's different. Everybody's got different likes and dislikes and uses and not uses. They just got different stuff. Saw a 12-volt drill from Parkside that can beat 9% of the 18, 20, 24, and 40-volt drills. Oh, yeah? From Parkside, huh? I know of Parkside. I've never used those tools. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Dave. You know, a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest with you, I tend to agree with some of the people saying that they were trash in the comments. But if you're just a homeowner and you just need to use your drill for small, light tasks, I mean, that 777 or 778 will work just fine for you. Will it stand up the rigors of everyday professional use? Hell no, it will not. All right, guys, DCF 850. Let's see. I got it on the right speed. Yeah, speed 3. Okay, you guys saw how fast that was, right? With a 3 amp hour battery, right? This is what I say when people say, oh, I think I'm going to get the DCF 850. It is a good impact driver. It is a compact impact driver. But I'm going to be the bearer of bad news here, guys. It is the same impact driver, almost the same exact footprint as the Quiet Hydraulic. It is literally its clone. Okay? It's the same exact footprint. The only difference is this thing, I think, has a little bit more pop and is quiet. Let's see. Let's just test it out. Let's see. Way quicker. It's definitely got a little bit more power, but it's also quieter. It's also nicer to use. So if people are saying, oh, I want to buy that 850, don't. Just go buy the 870 and just be absolutely amazed of what you're using. 870 all day long, baby. And that was only with a 3 amp hour battery. That was with a 3 amp hour battery too, guys. This is the Atomic 799 drill. I guarantee you that this drill cannot do this SPAC screw. It's got a plastic chuck. Okay. Hey, Chuck, you're plastic. Oh, really? I am? It's got a 3 amp hour, 21700 cell battery on it. 3/8 by 6 inch specs. Here, speed 2. Yeah. Yeah. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay. Now, if we take... This is the 800. So this is the next model up. The next model out, okay? The XR model. This is the 800. Let's see how much further it can drive it. Yeah. This is kind of dog shit. But I'd still rather you buy this over the Bauer brushless hammer drill. I'd rather you buy this. Better warranty, better tool, more durable, even with the plastic chuck. This 800's a beast. By the way, guys, I gotta say this while we got everybody here. I can't even... What did he say? Okay. Never mind. I thought he was saying something nasty. Okay, all good. Hey Josh, found the Milwaukee M12 fuel hammer drill, 2 amp hour battery charger and bag for 110 bucks. Good deal or not? Great, I'll pick it up. I got mine for 99 bucks. From Home Depot during the holiday season. My guess is they're going to have that same sale this next holiday season. So if you can wait till end of October, early November, I'd wait. And then I don't know if you can get it. I don't know where you're buying it from, Marketplace or whatnot. All right. I got to say this before I forget, guys. Pat from Pat's Crawler Garage. He has his own YouTube channel, okay? He is a 15-year-old kid, maybe 16-year-old kid who lives in my area. He lives in, in the Amherst, New York area, about 20 minutes away from me. He lent me his DCD 800 so we could test it up against the 801. And he lent me this bad mamma jamma. Okay? I just want to say a huge thank you to Pat at Pat's Crawler Garage. If you guys could do me a favor, whether you like his content or not, he's just a young kid messing around with stuff. Just do me a favor and go give the kid a subscribe and a like. It would mean a lot to me if you guys did that. He is an awesome kid. He is a Boy Scout. He works with his hands. There ain't too many kids out there today that work with their hands and all that type of stuff, and he loves every bit of it. And he's just an all-around good kid, and his family is awesome as well. So thank you, Pat, for letting me borrow these for a week or two so we can get this content out to people. And I really appreciate it, buddy. And I got a surprise for you. We're going to surprise you with some stuff. Because when you got good people like that in the world, they deserve to have a surprise, right? They deserve it. They just do. All right. People may look at it as, oh, gosh, he just loaned you his couple of tools for a couple of weeks. Yeah, but they're his tools. He paid for them with his money. And, that's a week or two that he's not going to have his tools so that I can show you all this cool stuff, guys. So thank you, Pat. Thank you. DCD 800 with a 1.7 hour power stack charger bag is on sale for $189 on my local Lowe's. Hoping it drops a little bit more. I tell you what, Dave, the DCD 805 tool only at Home Depot was in our clearance section for $120. That's a good deal too. I look 7 foot tall. Not quite 7 foot tall, but I'm almost there. Yeah, Eric, he does. He makes all of them remote control trucks. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Do you mean, is he here, Josh Juan? No, he's probably in bed. He's got school in the morning. He'll probably be on tomorrow night. Don't forget about that, guys. Remember, you guys only got 32 more minutes of posting up your comments and stuff to see who's going to have the best comments, and then we're going to vote on who is the best comment. So you guys got 32 minutes left to go and comment and give yourself a chance to win that DCD 998 Power Detect. Yes, yes. Pat is a great kid. Am I announcing it tonight? No. When we go live, because I know I've been going live a lot this week. I don't know why. I just felt like going live a bunch with you guys this week. But usually we only go live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. I will announce the top 5 comments tomorrow night on our live stream. So make sure you guys are tuning in at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the top 5 comments from the last week. And then we will go to the voting booths for the next few days and see who the top comment is and see who wins that DCD 998 Power Detect. I don't know if these count, Sharush, because I can't see them after I go live. After I upload the video, you can't see any of these comments. That's the problem with live comments. You got to go comment on a short or a video. That's why I did it that way. So you got 32 minutes to go think of some real cool comment or get creative. You're in the 11th hour of the contest. It's almost over. I already feel like a winner just being here with one. That's a good one. Now go put that in the comment section on one of my videos, Jamie, and maybe you'll win the damn drill. You want to know what some douchebag? You can turn on live chat reply. Josh Souls does it. Yeah, see, that's another thing, guys. Like, I'm trying to do all this, but I have no clue how YouTube works. I still don't. So, like, I'm probably losing out on a lot of stuff because I just don't know. So I'm learning as I go along here. Thanks, Josh. Tonight, I'm head out. See you tomorrow. All right, Edley. See you tomorrow, kid. I'm telling you what, though, this Metabo drill, I'm loving it. I am loving it. I tell you what, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about ready to say that this may be my favorite drill, and I've hardly used it. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to do my testing, and then I'll make my decisions based off of that. I tell you what, it's way better than the Gen 1. Even though I did like the Gen 1, I didn't think there was nothing special about the Gen 1. I thought it felt pretty good. But for $40, I really couldn't complain. This thing here, it feels even better. It's lighter. It's just nice. I mean, I can't explain it. Until you hold it, I cannot explain it, guys. What trim routers have I tried? Yep, the Metabo one, which I am so far behind on getting content out, guys, because I've been so busy at work and stuff. But I've tried this one and this one. These are my 2 trim routers right here. This one was $200, bare tool. This one was $30-something, bare tool. And I got to tell you, the one thing I really hate about this, it really is stupid in my opinion. Okay, you got to press that button first, right? You press that button, and then you got to press this button over here to turn it on. I hate that. I absolutely freaking hate that. But other than that, it is silky smooth, and it's got more than enough power. And the reason why I got this, I love this. This thing works great for me. I got no complaints about this Milwaukee. No complaints, no regrets. Love it. I've used it a bunch, okay? The reason why I got this one is because I didn't want to have to keep changing out different bits. Every project I had, you know, it just takes time. So when you got a couple of trim routers, you can just leave that bit in that one, that bit in that one, and that bit in that one, and then boom, you can just pick up whatever tool you need for the job. That's my theory behind it. All right, Diligent Dave, see you later, brother. Yeah, Metabo always has clearance. I got this in Detroit, Michigan when I was watching my friend bowl. They had it out on the display model table. They also had a few other Metabo tools, but I already have those tools, so I didn't want to spend the money on something I already had. But they had that there, and I said, that's well worth it. Yes, Sarah, I agree. I do it the same way with my routers. I leave, yep, the chamfer on one and the flat on the other. Yep, I agree. But I will tell you, there is no router on the market like this one. I am... Okay. So... this thing... how do I say this? When I got first started in the woodworking, however many months ago, right? I always just used those trim routers, right? Because I was just doing smaller projects, didn't really need a plunger, okay? Then when I got this, I'm not gonna lie, I bought it, right? And it was a little awkward to me at first because you had all these gadgets over here and this thing over here and blah, 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 and this, that, and the next thing, and this depth thing over here, right? It took me a little while to feel comfortable using this thing. Actually, sometimes there's still times where I'm all like, I don't know, it just feels a little weird. But once you get over that first initial, like, all the little gadgets on this thing and all the bells and whistles, and you just use it for a tool, what it actually is, this thing is the bee's knees. It is so smooth. It is so powerful. It cuts through anything without an ease. And it's got that anti-rotational device in it to where if you don't know how to use the tool and it kicks back on you, it will shut off the tool. So that's a nice feature. Thank God I've never had a kickback on a router before. But I'm also very, very careful while using routers. Like, very careful, because my father-in-law opened up his whole hand on an old school router one time. And I'll never forget that day. And I learned my lesson right then and there to use all the safety precautions, not just with routers, but with any tool. Table saws, miter saws, drills. If you use it the proper way, the tool will not hurt you. So it took me a little while to learn how to use this the proper way. But once I got the hang of it, there is not a router on the market that fucking stands up to this. I don't care what anybody says. Matt Outlaw at 731 Woodwork says the Makita Plunge router is the best. I highly disagree. I have the Metabo version of that one, Josh, and that one has more power. Metabo, not much more, but it's so heavy, and it's not AC/DC. Yeah. See, I like having all cordless. There isn't too many. Even my miter saw is not corded anymore. My miter saw is cordless. My table saw is cordless. My bandsaw is cordless. My bandsaw like station is cordless. Really, the only tool that I use on the regular that is corded is my Vevor track saw. That's it. But I do like that Vevor track saw. For the money, you're not going to find a better track saw for $84 with the track. And shop vacs. All my shop vacs are corded. I have one shop vac that's cordless. It's the M12 one. Really wasn't that impressed with it. It comes in handy as a little shop vac that you can take around with you anywhere. But the runtime on it sucks and all that type of stuff. Yeah. What miter saw would I recommend for a contractor? It all depends. Or do you want corded or cordless? If you're going cordless, it's going to be hard. If it's going to be hard to say no against the Flex. The Flex has one of the best cordless miter saws in the game, and I think that's a hybrid. You can also plug in. It can also be a corded one with the battery adapter thing, and then you can plug it into the wall. That's probably the best one for carpenters or contractors that are going job to job and are on a site and you don't know if you're going to have power on the job site. But mine is the DeWalt 60 volt Flexvolt cordless miter saw, and it is beautiful. No complaints. I had the 10-inch skill corded, and I always thought it did the job until one day the thing fucking fell apart on me. Springs went flying everywhere. I was cutting through a 4x4. Springs went flying everywhere. The blade guard wouldn't go down anymore. Skill took care of it. They sent me a new one, so I can't complain there. I'm not saying don't go buy the skill or anything, but I was using it every day, and after about 10 months of using it every day, it started to wear on it. And they did send me a new one. It's actually sitting over there brand new in the box. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I went and bought the Flexvolt DeWalt one, and I am absolutely in love with it, and I am more than happy with my purchase. Best chop saws, Flex and Metabo HPT, because they are both AC/DC and cordless. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Flex one's probably the best one. If I had, I think that Flex one with the battery and the battery adapter to go AC/DC power too, I think that was like almost $800. I didn't want to spend $800. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not want to spend $800. And they had a sale on the Flexvolt at Home Depot for like $500, and I felt like that was a good middle ground because I had the skill corded 10-inch. That was like $250, $270 that it cost me. It broke. They sent me a new one, but I didn't want to jump up into the $700, $800, $900 range. So I chose the Flexvolt with a lot of help from Tools with Souls. He was a big help helping me pick out a miter saw. And I tell you what, I can't complain. That thing over there, I just charged the battery last night on it. Now let's see, I got this miter saw. Let me flip you around here. I got this miter saw 3 months ago. Okay. And I use this every day. I may not use it all day long every day, but I use it every day. I'm always chopping wood to test tools with. I'm always chopping wood to frickin' make my cutting boards and stuff like that. I put that 9 amp hour battery on it 3 months ago, and I just charged it last night. And honestly, it still had a bar of power on it, but I said, I'll get it charged up. So it literally ran for 3 months before I had to charge the battery. So you get a lot of runtime with this thing because what DeWalt did is while you're using it, they are still they're charging the battery a little bit every time you use it. So it takes less and less power for the saw to operate. John Doe, DeWalt DWS779, hands down, best miter saw ever made next to Festool. Yeah, but you want to know what, Sayer? That miter saw you're talking about is pretty much my miter saw. It's pretty much the same thing, just one's corded and one's cordless. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I tried both of them out, and I couldn't tell the difference between either one of them, and I just wanted to have the cordless capabilities, because there's some days, guys, like I'm down in the basement, right? There's some days I want to take my tools out to the driveway if I've got to chop a lot of wood, if I got to cut up a bunch of strips, whatever I got to do, I'll take, because my table saw is portable, because it's the Milwaukee cordless one, I'll take my big tools and just wheel them upstairs, because they're on stands and shit, wheel them out there, do my work on them, wheel them back in the garage, the next day wheel it back out, and then when I'm done, I'll bring them back down. But I wanted that flexibility to not have to mess with a power cord, running extension cords, doing this. When I got to go to my mother-in-law's to do work, I can just pack up my miter saw and go. You know what I mean? And then I got to worry about finding cords and stuff. And that thing's got more than enough power. I'm very happy with it. Another very underrated miter saw is indeed the Metabo. For the price that they have them at, I don't know how they're that cheap, but they are. I just feel like they're a very good value, the Metabo HPT miter saws. Very good value. It's a shadow line, Sharouche. It's a shadow line. Yeah, it's a shadow line. I didn't want a laser line. Remember back let's go back about 10, 15 years ago, right? Remember when you used to watch like that guy on This Old House? Or like Bob Vila? Remember those like public broadcasting tool shows and DIY shows and do-it-yourself shows back in the day? Well, whenever they would be working on their miter saw, they had the laser. And I always thought that was awesome. I'm like, ooh, look at that thing. He's got a laser on there, blah, blah, blah. And then I was kind of out of the space for a while. You know what I mean? And when I came back in, I was looking for a miter saw that had a laser. And then after watching Souls and a couple other guys, are like, nah, you don't want the laser. You want this shadow line. And then I experienced it for the first time. I'm like, holy shit. The shadow line, way better. Yeah, laser can be inaccurate, especially if you're changing thicknesses of blades. That laser, then you would have to adjust the laser. It's a pain in the butt. The shadow line is always going to be true with whatever blade you have in your miter saw. Yeah, John, definitely stay away from the lasers. I'm not saying you can't still do the job with a laser miter saw. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just get one that has the shadow line because you'll be that much happier. And it doesn't cost you any extra money. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Hercules one at Harbor Freight has a shadow line on it for $300, 12-inch miter saw. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's a carbon copy of the same one that Sayer's talking about, the DeWalt 779 or the 780. They just basically copied that. That's all they did. And they slapped their shitty Hercules name on it and put blue on it instead of yellow. That's why a lot of your Hercules batteries works in DeWalt tools. Isn't that nuts? Tuffy's trying to fight and bite me. Wish me luck. Okay, good luck. Hercules does work. It does. But if I got to hear the Tool Bear say one more time that they have an R&D department and look at what they came up with here. They didn't come up with shit. Just tell it like it is. We copied this DeWalt miter saw to the fucking T. We put our Hercules name on it with a blue paint job, and we sent it out the door for half the price with cheaper components inside. I'm not saying this stuff doesn't work. I have Hercules stuff, and I like some of my Hercules stuff because I am not an everyday carpenter. I am a part-time woodworker. I test tools, and I'm a mechanic, okay? So there has been a lot of Hercules tools that I have felt were a very good value because they were about a third of the price of other companies, and they were pretty much almost the same exact thing. But if I have to hear one more time that fat slob talk about how their R&D outdid themselves, Harbor Freight don't have an R&D team. Their R&D team consists of some guy buying a DeWalt tool, buying a Milwaukee tool, buying a Metabo tool, buying a whatever tool, giving it to their manufacturer and saying, here, this is what we want. with cheaper parts and components. This is what we want. That's their R&D team. Yeah, Metabo miter saws are probably the best value in miter saws. I'm going to be honest with you. If my Lowe's didn't suck here by my house, which it is god-awful, we got 2 Lowe's stores within a 20-mile radius of my home. They both suck. I went there when I was looking for miter saws. I went there wanting to get that Metabo one, and they were all sold out. I asked the manager, when's the next time you think they're going to be in? Oh, I don't think we're going to be restocking these. So then I was looking at the Bosch Glide Doctor. That's another great one. The Bosch Glide with the like robotic arms. That thing is awesome. I almost bought that. I almost bought the Bosch one with the robotic arms, the Glide Doctor, I think they call it. I think that's what they call it. I may be mistaken, though. 12-inch miter saw. I almost bought that one. That was like $700, but the DeWalt was like $500 on sale, and I said to myself, do those arms really matter that much to you? You got more than enough space where you're working at? I don't think it does. I don't think it's $200 better. So that's why I went with the DeWalt. And the Bosch wasn't cordless. So that's another reason why I went with the DeWalt. Yes, Russ. He definitely, you know, I don't mind that he gets, I really don't. I don't care that he gets paid by Harbor Freight. I don't. Good for you. Listen, guys, when the time comes, if this channel grows, and if companies want to pay me to review their tools, I'm going to take the money too, but I'm not going to change my opinion for the money. That's the difference, okay? You can be honest and tell the people what you're getting and still, you know, show a tool. You can have pros and cons on every tool, and when every tool is a game changer or this or that or this or that, and it's just not, that is lying to the public, in my opinion. Pay to review is not the same as we'll pay you to your own opinions. Yeah. And, you know, I'll give you a perfect example. The Scener, now listen, guys. I know you guys are going to probably roll your eyes at me here a little bit. But when this company reached out to me, Scener, y'all have seen my videos of me destroying replacement batteries within 2 minutes of use, okay? Like destroying them. Like you drill one screw in and the battery is toast, okay? I told them, listen, guys, I am not a big fan of replacement batteries. I am going to give my own opinions and my opinion only. You are not going to tell me what I am going to say. If you're okay with that, then please do send me the tool, and I look forward to reviewing your company. They sent me a reply email, and I should post this email up just to show all you guys. Their exact words were, we appreciate that, Josh, and we stand behind our product, and we would love to send you a couple of batteries for you to give your own opinion on it with no strings attached. I said, that's great, then go ahead and send them. I've actually turned down a company or two because they had it worded in the contract that they had last say on editing. Meaning I would have to show them my video, and if they didn't agree with what I had in my video, then they had the right to tell me how to edit it, and I told them, go fly a kite. That's not happening, and I turned them down. I'm not going to mention the name of the companies or anything else like that, but I turned them down. Sadly, there's a lot of people out there that don't have integrity, and they will literally do and say anything for $1. All right, let me catch up here. Holy cow. Message was deleted by Learning with Juan. What did Juan do? Who deleted Learning with Juan? Give us a review of the Senior versus Milwaukee OEM. I wish I could, but I don't have the Milwaukee one for the battery. I am going to be honest with you. Senior told me the reason why they weren't sending the Milwaukee ones because they had issues with the Milwaukee adapters and stuff. So they recalled all of them and they're remaking them all. So they had an issue. They are fixing the issue. And that's why I can't do a Milwaukee one. But once they get the new one sent out to me, like Eric Nichols is in here, the bearded tool guy, okay? He had one of his Milwaukee seniors blow a hole out, like out of one of their batteries or whatever. They had a lot of issues with the adapters for the Milwaukee batteries, so they are not selling them at the moment. They're going back to the drawing board with them. Yes, see, Eric just said the M18 burned plastic, yeah. I'm not here to lie to anybody. The 3 batteries that I have tested have all tested very wonderfully. I got a couple more tests in a long format video I'm going to show. And then if they do well, then I give them my stamp of approval. But do I give them my stamp of approval to... Not fully, right? If you're a homeowner, if you're a hardcore DIYer, if you're a handyman who does extra work on the weekends, and if you want multiple brands of tools and you don't want to have to keep buying that brand's battery and charger, that brand's battery and charger, I think the Senior thing is genius. You just get the adapter, put it on the same battery. Now one battery runs all your tools. I really do think that that is pretty cool. They have had some issues with the Milwaukees, but that's it. They haven't had issues with the Ryobis, besides maybe 1 or 2 of them not fitting on some of the Ryobi tools. As far as I know, the DeWalt ones, they've never had a problem. The Bosch ones, they've never had a problem. They even got Black & Decker ones, which I don't know why you would want a replacement battery for Black & Decker. The batteries are already dirt cheap, so that really doesn't make much sense. But the ones that I have tested in front of you guys have been pretty good. They've been pretty good. I can't lie. Who won the drill? It ain't over yet. There's still 5 minutes, Apache. We're at 11:55 Eastern Time. I don't hold back with criticism of brands. I really don't. I don't hold back with criticisms. I don't. Go watch any of my videos. I tell you exactly what I'm feeling, using, seeing. My experience. My comment said to send it to Sharush. Well, guys, it won't be up to me who wins best comment. It's up to you guys. There are going to be a couple of different people who are going to pick out the 5 best comments of the week, okay? And then it's going to a vote. And you guys who support the channel are going to be the ones voting on it. And it's up to you guys who wins the tool. I'm taking my bias out of it. Other people are picking the comments, and you guys are voting on the top 5 who wins. So exactly, Eddie. Exactly. Well, Christopher, you got 3 minutes to go make a comment on any one of my videos from the past week, whether it be a short or long format video. Get creative with your comment, and pretty much the best comment wins. You know, some people are telling jokes in there. Some people are telling insightful stuff on the tool. Some people are just being nice people in the comment section. Go be creative. You got 2.5 minutes to get that comment posted on any one of my videos from the past week here, and to get yourself entered in. Yeah, you guys want to see the 998? Here. This is what you're trying to win, guys. Right there. DCD 998 Power Detect, guys. And if you're new to the channel and just popped in, you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to go get your comments in on any one of my videos or shorts, and I'll just show you real quick. Speed 3 in drill mode, ice cold by the way. Boom. That's what you're trying to win right there. Let's see if we'll take it out. Nope, won't take it. But it's got a 3-speed gearbox, so it took it out in speed 2. Want to see it again? I feel like a bad infomercial right now. Wait, there's more! And it cracked the wood. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, it cracked the wood. I hate it. I gotta stop using these big fasteners because it keeps ruining my freaking wood. There you go. That's what you guys are trying to win. You guys got 1 minute left to go get your comments in. Both. Gold Dust, he's like 6'8". His ceiling is 7 foot. Yeah. Are you really that tall? No, I'm really that tall, brother. It's giving Funhouse 5, and I seriously couldn't figure it out. Yep. That's why I'm always sitting when I talk to you guys, because I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I really am. I'm in my basement, first of all. This is a drop ceiling because I finished my basement about 14 years ago into like a mother-in-law suite. There is a bathroom down here with a shower. There is a full bar. There is a stove and a kitchen place with counters. There is a living room. There is a bedroom. There is a walk-in closet. There is carpet. There is tile that I laid with my own 2 hands. And I took an ugly, dingy basement and turned it into a place where, you know, it used to be my man cave. And then me and Christina lived down here when her grandparents had to move in with us because they couldn't live alone anymore, nor could they go up and down stairs. So we let them take the upstairs, and we lived down here in the basement for a couple of years until they passed away. But then, you know, we moved back upstairs, and this basically sat dormant for a long time. And, you know, about 9-10 months ago, I'm like, I'm turning it into my little tinker zone where I can go down there and tinker with projects and just be by myself for a few hours and just do my thing. And now it's turned into, you know, all these tools everywhere and all this crazy shit. All right, the contest is over, guys. If you guys got your comments in, thank you. If that thing is like my DC 777, I bet it rocks. Russell, I'm here to tell you, your 777 is shit compared to this drill. This drill will outperform that 777. You will be like, oh my God, why have I been using a 777 all these years? If you win this. One day, can you give me a tour of where you live? Laugh out loud, mate. Might save me a trip to a super foreign to see land and trees of all that nature. Yeah, that's funny. Pop the tiles. These tiles aren't popping. They solid, bro. I laid them like 13 years ago. There ain't no tiles popping down here. Now, they may not be 100% even, you know, but I did the best I could with what I had, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, I still think I did a pretty good job. There's like a couple of tiles like over by the wall where the floor kind of isn't completely level. Over by the wall where one tile will be a little bit big, you know, it sticks up a little bit more than the next. But guess what? That's where all of our TVs and stuff went, so they were always covered up. I'm happy with it. And it added value to the home. Having a finished basement like this adds a lot of value to your home. It does. It's like a whole nother house in a house. It's only 11:02 here. I've still got time. Josh, toilet flog is an adjustable wrench. Okay. I don't have pronouns. You know what my pronouns are? I'm a motherfucking man, yo. That's good, LFL. That's good. Here, you guys want me to do this? You want me to, like, kneel so I look normal size while I stand in my basement? I'm not as tall as you think I am. So what are all those these fucking weirdos? Bricks and pieces. See you later. Man, there's some weirdos coming into the chat now, huh? Yeah, now guys are saying that they got 6 inches for me. Woo! Bringing out the weirdos tonight, aren't we, people? We're just a tool channel. I don't know what these people think we're doing over here. We're just talking about tools. Hey, guys. Here, I'll show you this, guys. Watch this. Watch this. So you see how I got all my beautiful tools on my benches, right? Right? See how I got all my drills in order, right? Guess what drill is not on this table? It's the only drill that isn't on this table because my compact drills are back there. See that? The Bauer drill sits right here all by itself by the door because I hate this fucking thing. It's not even worthy to be on my tool bench. The Bauer is not worthy. We are not worthy. How many battery chargers do I got for all that? I got a lot, dude. I got them all on my wall. I've done a video on it. I call it the wall of power. And then all the battery chargers that I must have like 50 battery chargers. You know, all the kits that come with them, they all get stacked up in a corner in my back room. And then the ones that are on the wall, that's the wall of power. Those are the ones I use. Please don't send me any more Bauer, Eddie. What type of planer? Hand edge planer or like a lunchbox style planer? Is that what you mean? Like a lunchbox style planer? With the 3 blades? The one I got is a Hercules. I run it a lot. Yeah, it's a Hercules. It's right here. It's just my Hercules. I've used it quite a bit. It does a pretty good job. For I think that cost me $240. Because I got it at the parking lot sale. That's when all the Hercules corded tools were like crazy, like 30 or 35% off. I use it all the time. It is much better. That 2-blade Bauer, I mean, it can probably get the job done, but when you're constantly feeding cutting boards with harder exotic woods through it, that's why I went with the Hercules. And I was a little skeptical with going with the Hercules. I was wanting to go with the DeWalt, but I didn't want to spend $600 on something that wasn't a helical head. Like if I was going to spend $600 to $800, I wanted to get a helical head. And I know you can put the helical head in that DeWalt, but the problem is you void your warranty when you do it, and that machine is not powerful enough to have helical heads. Like you will have issues feeding wood through it. I've seen it time and time again. People put the helical heads in them, and that machine is just not built to have helical heads. Just because you can put the helical head in it does not mean that it's good for the tool or good for you using the tool. So I always said I'd buy a cheap one, and when I was ready and as I grew more and more, I would probably look into an Oliver or something like that with a helical head. You have the Warrior sheet sander? I feel bad for you, Eddie. Do you have any other hobbies besides tools and bowling? I don't know how much time I got in the day to have another hobby, so unfortunately, no. But I wouldn't call bowling a hobby. Bowling is how I make my money. Bowling is my profession. It's not a hobby to me. Bowling is not a hobby to me. Bowling is my business. It is how I put food on the table. It's bought my house. It's bought my cars. It's not really a hobby at that point. You know what I mean? The tools and the woodworking is more of a hobby for me than bowling is. Like, bowling is a business to me. Like, when I enter a tournament, let's just say I'll go to enter a tournament, I got to make money. I got to make the cut. I got to make money, because if I didn't, then I lost money, and that's not good. Alex Hunt, you're about the 52nd person to ask me, damn, are you that tall or is it the ceiling? I'll let the chat answer you. What's my bowling average, LFL? Last year, my average was 240. Over 200 some odd games, my average was a 240. I bowl on one of the best teams in the country. You see this right here? You guys see me wear this a lot, right? Bowl U. You see that? That's our team. That Bowl U is a teaching course that me and my friend Brad not only run, but we that's how we teach bowling. It's a certain way how to teach bowling. It's Bowl U. Okay. Our nationals team is called Bowl U, Team Bowl U. We are one of the top 15 teams in the country every year. Last year we finished in 9th. This year we finished in 13th at our national tournament. And just to put in perspective of all that, when I say 9th and 13th place, that's out of 12,000 teams. So out of 12,000 teams, we are consistently in the top 10 in the world, team-wise, at a national level. We compete all over the country every year. Next year it's Reno. The year after that's Vegas. The year after that's South Carolina. This year was Baton Rouge. So we travel all over the place to compete. And we haven't won the damn thing yet. And I tell you what, as I get older, I'm going to be 40 next year by the time we go and bowl. How many more opportunities am I going to have to win that stupid Eagle Trophy? I'm not going to have too many good opportunities to win that Eagle Trophy. And the fact that we are so close every year, and every year we just can't get over that hump. And I know it's really hard to beat the best bowlers in the world. But man, when you're in the top 10 every year and it just never works out to where you're number one, you start second guessing yourself a little bit. And you start wondering, well, maybe it just wasn't meant to happen. And how many more good years are we all going to have together? Because the team's getting old. Brad's in his mid-50s. Jeff Strickland's in his late 40s. I'm going to be 40. Adam Jozowick is the youngest person on our team. He's in his early 30s. And then Derek Graves is in his mid-30s. So big key people on our team are getting older, and how many more good years are we going to have left to run down that eagle and do it? I mean, I just hope it happens next year. I just do. Yeah, I don't know, Eddie. You say that, but you don't know how much of a strain it is on a body, especially a 6'8" frame, 300 pounds. I constantly have toe and foot issues. My knees are constantly hurting. My back. I can't even sit here. That's why I'm standing tonight, guys. I can't even sit down during a live stream because my back starts to spasm up. So that's what I mean. Like, how many years can I go feeling like I am top notch? And every year that goes by, a little bit more wear and tear, a little bit more of this. My hand is starting to get stiffer. You know what I mean? My flexibility is starting to go. So you do look yourself here and ask yourself, how many more great opportunities are you going to have at this thing before it finally happens? Or it may not ever happen at all. And it may very well may not happen. And if it doesn't, I'm okay with it. Just to be on this team, it's probably one of my greatest career accomplishments. It didn't come easy. It come with a lot of hard work. A lot of haters too, who didn't agree with me being on this team. People said, you know, he's just on that team because of who his best friend is, and this, that, and the next thing. They always kind of slight my skills a little bit, and it didn't come with a lot of bullshit. So that team means more to me than almost anything in my life. That team is probably one of my greatest career accomplishments ever. Be on a team like that and to hold your spot on that team, it says a lot, and I'm proud of it. Josh, some folks just want to put people down. I'm sorry you're going through that. It's not, it's just the nature of it, right? They feel like they should have their shot on a great team like that, and they feel like they're better than me at bowling for whatever the reason, okay? Whether they're younger or they throw the ball a little bit better. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Bowling is not about just throwing it good. You got to know the moves. You got to watch the oil transitions. You got to know a whole hell of a lot. And this is what the younger generation doesn't realize. Just because you may throw the ball a little bit better than me does not mean you have my experience, my savvy, or my fucking heart. I am a fucking gamer. I may not be as talented as you, but you want to know what? I'm going to fucking outwork you every day until I fucking beat you. That's just who I am. I don't go away. I just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. That's just who I am. And there's been a lot of people in the bowling world that, you know, say pretty sideways stuff. And I've proven them all wrong, so they can all kiss my you-know-what. Hey, Josh, what's the best score you've ever gotten bowling? Pine Tree, it is a 300. Are you talking single game or series? Like a 3-game set. Single game is a 300, and I've done it at least over 40 times. What did LFL say? No, guys, listen. The contest ended a few minutes ago, right? That doesn't mean that we're naming who won. It's got to be voted on, guys. There's people that are looking at the comments as we speak, picking out the 5 best comments of the week, and then those 5 comments have got to be voted on by you, the peers. So it's going to take a few days to figure all this out. I will announce the 5 best comments tomorrow night on our live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, Pine Tree, yeah. And honestly, I stopped counting 300 games after I got my 10th one. There's really no need to keep counting them. Somebody asked me that a few times a few months ago, and I honestly didn't know. I'm all like, it's somewhere in between this and that because I just stopped counting. You know what I mean? Once you've done it so many times, it's just like another game. So I went back and I looked at all my tournament 300s, all my recorded 300s, and it was somewhere over the 40s. It was 40 some odd 300 games so far. And to think that I took 10 years off in bowling too. Between the ages of 19 years old to 29 years old, I didn't bowl a single game. So all them 300s and shit came from when I was 30 years old up until now 39 years old. So whatever, that's like 5 or 6 a year. I forgot what my funny comment was. It's okay if you made the funny comment, Jamie. It will be there for us to see, or for the people to see who is debating on who is the top 5 comments of the week. Yeah, I quit bowling because it was the same reasons I was just explaining to you guys. I was a young kid coming up into the scene. I was talented. I threw the ball really well. I had a lot of speed, a lot of power. I made them pins dance. And a lot of the older great bowlers didn't take kindly to it. And they, I just didn't want to do it no more. I didn't want to fight with people anymore when I went to bowling. So I quit. I was immature. I was a young kid. I was immature, and long story short, when I was bowling for Niagara Falls High School, our coach Lou Marcantonio was our coach, and his 2 grandsons bowled on the high school team. Okay, now I had sat behind the seniors and the juniors for 2 or 3 years, waiting for my opportunity as a senior to either be the captain or to at least be on the starting team. Okay, not be on the B team anymore. Well, my senior year comes. I'm being sat for his 2 grandsons. Okay? My coach's 2 grandsons I'm being sat for. I look at their averages. My average is 15 pins higher than their average. So I go up to the coach. I'm like, Lou, why are you starting Chris and your other grandson over me? I'm out averaging them by 15 pins. And he looks at me and he goes, Josh, I'm going to be honest with you. This is my last year coaching. He had been the Niagara Falls High School coach for like 42 years. This is my last year coaching, and I just want to make memories with my 2 grandsons. And I looked at him and I said, well, that's bullshit. I quit. So I quit the high school bowling team, which meant I could go be adult. I could go bowl adult and bowl for money. 2 weeks after I quit the high school bowling team, I signed up for the Niagara Falls City Tournament. It was the big city tournament that everybody bowled in and competed. The tournament went on for 2 weeks. I showed up on the very first day of the tournament and shot 831. Okay. 18 years old. I shot 831, and I led from day 1 to the last day, and I ended up being the Niagara Falls 2004 Niagara Falls City champion. Okay. A lot of the old timers didn't like it. They didn't fucking like how I bowled. They wanted me to bowl like them. And let's just say I had some choice words for them people. And I won that tournament. And I said, you know what? Fuck you guys. You're just pissed off because I'm better than you. And I beat all yous at your own game. And I quit again. And then I didn't bowl for 10 years. Crazy, right? Yeah, old timers hate a guy with a perfect tool set. Yep. See you, Russell. We're going to be getting out of here soon, too, guys. I got to get going to bed. But, okay, guys. Here we go. We're going to end on this. Metabo HPT Gen 2 hammer drill, 36 volt, straight fucking beast. In my top 3 of full-size hammer drills, and I've only used it for an hour, okay? Do I like the movie Kingpin? Yeah, I like the movie Kingpin. The only problem I have with bowling movies is they always put bowling, the sport of bowling, in like a goofy, jokey type of a light, when the sport of bowling at the highest level is nothing like they portray it to be. They're actually athletes. These guys aren't fat slobs. These guys aren't drinking 12 packs of beer at tournaments, at PBA tournaments and whatnot. They're actual athletes that get injured, that have all that type of stuff. And there's never been a bowling movie that kind of showed that side of bowling. It's always some goofy Bill Murray with the hair going everywhere, or the dude being a high idiot all the time. You know what I mean? Of course I like the movie Kingpin. It's funny. I just wish there was a real life bowling movie. You know, like I don't know. It's hard to explain. But Metabo HPT 36 volt hammer drill. Beast. Okay? Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going live. That's our scheduled time that we go live every week at. We will have the top 5 comments of the week. And then after the live, I will be posting them comments up for y'all to vote on. There will be a couple of days for people to vote on them. We'll end the voting at whatever time and day. And then whoever wins the vote wins the drill. So tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and see if your comment made the top 5. See if you moved on to the next round. The Big Lebowski is a bowling movie. It is so a bowling movie that mixes in goofiness in the middle. All right, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Thanks, guys.